Hello fellow KISS fans, welcome to downtown St. Joseph, Missouri. In particular, the Civic Arena, this building behind me. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, this building was the home of many a fun event. Professional wrestling matches, Rufus R. Jones versus Bulldog Bob Brown, baseball card conventions where a child could spend their hard-earned allowance purchasing 1986 Donruss wax packs, hoping to get a Jose Canseco rated rookie card. And in 1992, Bruce Kulick, Eric Singer, Paul Stanley, and Gene Simmons blessed this establishment as the heavens opened and the Revenge World Tour came to our hometown.
Now I understand that KISS playing a concert is not a big event. They play hundreds and hundreds of shows a year when on tour, and one show out of all the Revenge shows is not a special occasion. However, this show was special for two particular reasons. The first reason being, if you are a connoisseur of the touring history of the band, Paul Stanley was very sick when this show came to our town. He had the flu. The show was more than likely going to be canceled, however it wasn't. The following night in St. Louis, I believe, was canceled. And Gene Simmons actually sang a few of Paul's songs. He sang them an octave lower than Paul does. It sounded quite disastrous. But in the long haul, that makes this one show semi-spectacular in the touring history of the Revenge Tour. The second component that made this show so special was that the timing of this show could not have arrived at a more perfect time. My friends and I had been tiptoeing into the band around 1988, 1989, and by 1992 we were fully immersed in the fandom of the band and collecting, discussing, enjoying the music, following everything the band did. And for this show to arrive in our small town of St. Joseph, Missouri, a town that never got rock shows really. Civic Arena had Rat in 1984 and Richard Marx in 1992. So for a band of the stature of KISS to perform a concert in St. Joseph was pretty special. And it seemed back then, and it still does, but this show was almost a blessing for my friends and I. It was timed perfectly, and it was as if this show was almost made for us. It was like, you guys are fans now, here you go. So the plan was myself, my friend Dan, my friend Brett, we were going to arrive at the Civic Arena at 8 a.m. the day of the show and secure a place in line, guaranteeing us a front row seat to the general admission show. Two other friends of ours, David and Brian, were still in high school. They could not sacrifice an entire day. So we arrived 8 a.m. at the Civic Arena right about here. 25 years ago today, November 10th, 1992. we stood there at that corner, right about there, for 11 hours, hoping to gain our front row seat to the general admission show. We did not, however, get a front row seat. Civic Arena opened another set of doors and allowed a group of concert goers who had not sacrificed an entire day to get front row. We had second row. The show was still great. Some very cool things took place that night. It's just so odd to think, right here against this wall, we stood sacrificing an entire day for fun. At one point in the day, a grown adult woman urinated right here. She was a rather witchy looking woman. We nicknamed her Black Magic Woman. And we joked that her urine was probably like acid and was eating away at the cement. Right here, 25 years ago today, a woman urinated. And we watched the entire event. And I'm touching it. Oh, the good times. At one point in the day, my friend and I heard rumor that there was road crew members along this side of the street that had guitar picks. So my friend Dan and myself had Brett hold our place in line, and we ran as fast as we could around this corner. And this street was lined with the semi trucks of the Revenge World Tour. And right here, at this second handicap parking sign, was a semi truck with a sleeping road crew member inside, and we rudely knocked on his window, woke him out of a slumber, and asked him for a guitar pick, and he threw down my very first Paul Stanley Revenge Tour guitar pick. This was something that I never thought I would ever hold in my hand. Being a fan of the band, I never thought I would end up with a Paul Stanley guitar pick, and it all took place right here. It's very fun to look back and imagine that day and realize that had my friends and I not stood out here 25 years ago today, waiting for the Revenge World Tour, things may be a bit different today. We may have missed out had we not become Kiss fans, and had we not embarked on this journey. We may have missed out on moments of fun and memories and music and friendship and kinship and opportunities. Passion is a great thing, and if you allow it to, it'll take you on a journey of nostalgia and fun. Thank you for hanging with me. Thank you for joining me on this trip back. Take care, be safe, have a good day everyone. I'll talk to you soon.